In this video, we are going to talk about your essay. So, your first choice is, which piece of literature from the course would you like to write about? Obviously, you should choose something that you enjoyed reading and understood pretty well. Any of the texts from the course are fair game. Your next choice is, what should you write about concerning that text? You have quite a bit of leeway in this choice as well. Your job is to explain how a literary concept works in a piece of literature. So that means you could pick any of a number of literary concepts to focus on. Here are some guidelines. First, pick one literary concept. For example, it would be bad if you tried to write about theme and alliteration. Pick one or the other. Next, pick a literary concept that is featured in the text and makes the text what it is. For help with this, look back at the essential question and objectives for that text back in its folder title and task list. The literary concepts that are listed frequently in that text are those that will be easiest to write about. Here's a list of literary concepts that have been focused on throughout the course: theme, characters, plot, irony, foreshadowing, point of view and narrator, and figurative language. So, for example, let's say that you pick Romeo and Juliet and the literary concept of theme, because that is mentioned pretty frequently in the lesson objectives, so you know it will be easy to write about. You also know that theme is one of the things that really makes Romeo and Juliet shine as a text. What I mean with that is, without such strong themes, the play wouldn't be as interesting. However, that doesn't really get you very far because Romeo and Juliet and the word theme is so broad. How do you break that down into something manageable for an essay? First, look back to the course objectives in the introduction folder. What is the objective for that term? If there's more than one objective, which one of those objectives do you think works best for your text? This is what you want to show you can do and analyze in your essay. For example, if you picked theme, the course objective is, I can analyze how the theme is developed throughout the text. That is what you will be doing in your essay, showing how theme is developed, if you picked the term theme. This goes for any literary term and the course objectives. But that still doesn't get you very far. How do you get farther? With some brainstorming, of course. Remember that I said that the literary concept you chose should help make the text what it is. That means that without the development of that specific literary concept over the course of the text would be completely different and not as interesting and engaging. When brainstorming about your text and the literary concept, you should be thinking of ways that your literary term is used over the course of the text, or your literary term is developed over the course of the text. These two things depend on what concept you have chosen. Look back at the objectives for specific language. You also need to mainly be thinking about how your literary term makes the text interesting and engaging. While you're doing that brainstorming, you might just be writing sentences. You might just be putting down basic ideas. However, no matter what you're doing, you need to be using examples from the text and quotes from the text. When you write your essay, you will have to use examples and quotes. It's important that you find some of these during your brainstorm. So just to go back to the example of theme again, if you're talking about theme, you're going to be brainstorming maybe about different themes that you find in the text, and then you're going to find quotes for those different themes. So, get out there and start brainstorming.